All right. Hey, everybody. This is Isaac from Powered by Rock. I just wanted to do a quick little intro here because it turns out that my microphone had been unplugged right after the intro of this episode. Didn't know it until after when I was trying to do the post edits. So the audio quality from my end is straight through a webcam. So it's going to sound a little worse than normal. Well, a lot worse than normal. Hopefully it's not going to turn you off from this band Arrlo. They're worth checking out. So I highly encourage you to make sure to go in here, listen to the full episode, and just kind of ignore the fact that my audio sucks for the rest of this episode. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the episode.
Hey there, it's Isaac from Powered by Rock to bring the Las Vegas-based band, that's a tongue twister, Las Vegas-based band Arrlo into the spotlight for a few minutes and make them sweat with some on-the-spot questions. Welcome, everybody. Are you ready to be put in the spotlight?
Let's fucking
Yes.
go.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Put me in, coach.
Let's do
The
it.
first one I'm going to kind of serve up as a lob so that way you guys can kind of ease into this. It's kind of like getting the lube first kind of thing. So you're a relatively young band, and I want to ask this question of each one of you. I believe you're all in your early to mid-20s. So what artist or band is most influential to your musical style? So Sonny, go ahead. You first.
So I'm actually 28, but I have the blessing of like that trans skin. Trans guys, I was looking good like 10 years younger. So I'm 28. But some of my like main musical influences are it goes from like Linkin Park to Green Day, like Kelly Clarkson. That's the whole reason I thought she was super cute. Like during her Breakaway album, and I was like, I'm gonna play guitar for her one day. So, but yeah, so like, I love that album. Like we said earlier, Third Eye Blind, Sugar Ray, Crazy Town. I grew up on a lot of like new metal as well. So, and like even like R&B, like I like a lot of Usher. I love everything. So like between like the 90s and like early 2000s is like my bread and butter.
Sounds good. I did ask for only one artist or band, so thank you very much. No, I did say what artist or band is most influential, but I like the full genre array there that you gave. So I'm going to say Kelly Clarkson was your top one. That's what we're going to go with.
Let's go Linkin Park because they're a little more diverse in there.
And Jimmy, go ahead.
Me, individually or as a collective band?
Just for you specifically.
For me specifically, oh man, I'm gonna go with Green Day. Huge Green Day fan. Just one of the biggest geeks of Green Day growing up. From Dookie to, I was a baby listening to Dookie all the way up through Insomniac, Nimrod. And then American Idiot was when we were like 8, 9 when it dropped. So that was just so monumental, so pivotal in my musicianship. I got a guitar shortly after that album dropped. You might not hear it in Arrlo, but I promise you there's definitely either stage influence or just like the moxie that Billy Joe Armstrong brings that Sonny definitely brings to stage. But yeah, I'm a huge Green Day fan. I know we're all huge Green Day fans. And they have almost 2 lives, too, which is cool. So you got the Dookie, gritty, come up Green Day, and then you got the refined, politically charged activism Green Day as well. So there's a life between both of those that I think Arrlo has picked up on for sure.
Yeah, well, I think their last album, came out like 2020 or 19, and it seemed like it was mostly pop. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of clapping in that album for some reason. I was like, why is every song got a bunch of clapping in it? But
a lot of them were on ads, a lot of those songs and hockey halftime shows and whatnot. But
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Anthony, next to you.
Oh man, I would say for me it's Journey. I grew up listening to a lot of that. My dad was really into all sorts of classic rock like that, and I just Steve Smith is an incredible drummer, and I feel like I don't know. I remember sitting down with the Greatest Hits album, like learning every one of the songs on it to play like when I was a kid. So they held a very special place in my heart.
Very, very interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't think you'd be. I guess you wouldn't be surprised for this age group that kind of is on the show, but Green Day comes up almost every single time I ask somebody. Journey has yet to come up. Linkin Park, I don't think has come up, but they're super popular in this era of people that we usually talk to. But yeah, Journey definitely had their place. I mean, that was like one of my mom's favorite bands. I listened to the shit out of some Steve Perry when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And Alexander, what would be your most influential artist or band to you?
My list is probably about as long as Sunny's, if not longer. But as far as like the one band that I try to identify with the most as far as my approach to music is just the Beatles. I've been a big Beatles fan, and I've been playing music since I was very young too. Like I was just a kid when my dad was teaching me, and he would just play Beatles all the time. And my grandpa also plays music, and so he's played the Beatles, and we've played Beatles songs together. So that like as far as like learning how to write music, but also play in a band with other people and sing as well, like definitely them. And it's translated into like pretty much every like musical endeavor I've taken on. So,
all right, all the softball questions are out of the way now. That one. So let's get down to some interesting ones. So Alexander, I have it on good authority that as well as being a master bass person, you're also a bit of a jokester with some aspirations to do some comedy. Of course, most jokes are set up a bit, but I'm going to ask you to put some pressure on you. Just ask you to give us a joke. Do you have one ready to fire?
Oh my God, Jesus! I think so.
do the mom one. Do the mom living with mom.
The mom one. All right. Okay. Usually, like I haven't performed stand up yet, but I've always thought that if I would do it, I would want to do something with like a hard, like I would definitely want to do a hard open or a cold open, and I would like take the stage, hey, everybody, how's it going? I don't have a microphone. I wish I had one. I'm going to use this. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name's Alexander Vera. I'm 28 years old and still live with my mom. So, life is pretty good. But, I would say that living with your mom in your late 20s, I'm 27, by the way. I've already fucked up the joke, but living with your mom in your late 20s is definitely a lot like being in a marriage for 50 years in that you both live under the same roof, but neither of you are having sex. I mean, you probably are, but it's definitely not with each other. So, but yeah, that's how my life goes. I'm also a bass player. I'm in a band out here. And a lot of people, they can ask, hey, do you have, do you get like lots of fans? Do you get lots of girls coming at you? And I was like, well, yeah, we definitely get lots of fans and stuff. Jimmy's a lot prettier than me, but I get a lot of male fans who come up to me and ask for my number and stuff. And I get it, a lot of men like how the low end tickles the prostate. So it's goes in tandem with being a bass player.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
All right.
Please don't
stand-up debut, everybody.
I didn't know it would be on a podcast. That was fun.
Pop the cherry.
All right. Question number 3, Anthony. As aside from a solid drummer, you have a side talent of being a bit of a brewmaster, I believe, as well. So I think you even created your own WFTWTE New England IPA, if I'm not mistaken, in honor of the band. So Was that your favorite batch that you made so far? And other than your own beer, what's your go-to brew?
Oh man, I've that has definitely been the best New England IPA I've made so far. Gosh, man, my favorite brew. I like to drink local beers out here. I like Tenaya Creek. They have a Pilsner that's incredible. I used to be an assistant brewer at Big Dogs Brewing Company out here too. So I shout out to all the guys there. They're incredible. They make super talented people. So, but yeah, no, that's The Waiting
cool.
for the World and New England IPA was for sure my favorite. So
Nice.
It's so good.
So now you're gonna have to can it up and start selling it on your guys' tours.
Yeah,
That'll be
merch booth down the road. Yeah.
All right. So we've got 2 out of the way. So question 4, Sonny, I have to ask about the trans puns on social media, as the band's Instagram says you are a transformer fronted band, and your personal Instagram shows that you are the Transmanian Devil. Are there any other trans puns that you have up your sleeves that you'd like to share?
Alex knows.
No.
Me.
Let it out.
Okay. So I'm someone who's like, I'm very open, like about like my surgeries. Like I have not had bottom surgery, and like I just have what I have. So like, whatever. So instead of like calling like a vagina a cooch, we call it a mooch, a man cooch. It's really, it's not pretty, but it's not a pretty joke or pun, but gosh, or like I'll say like the trans clan, like there's that, or I think those, you know what, I'm not good with words, so I think I just like, we got 2 good ones and then we're like, let's throw them up. And
well, I gave you that one, like, you know, it's like if a girl is like after Sunny, it's like, it's not, you know, like there's that saying she wants the D, but with Sunny it's like she wants the T.
Oh, she wants the T, yeah.
She wants the T, you know, for trans. So.
She wants to go to T-Town.
T-Town. Tea time.
It's tea time.
It's tea time with Sunny Suede.
Tea time.
Tea time with Sunny Suede.
That sounds like a podcast.
Like I'm gonna be like, if I'm interested in a girl, and be like, you want to go have some tea time with me?
Yeah.
Crumpets and tea.
Pinkies
up.
up.
Oh God.
I feel like you keep talking, you're gonna end up canceling yourself at this rate.
I know. Yeah. Can I cancel myself? God.
No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's trans people out there that aren't happy that I'm so open about, you know, because there's a part, like I used to be very like closed off and whatnot, but like, I don't know, if I can make fun of myself, and then I have control of like what upsets me and like what doesn't. So
yeah, for sure. And I think a lot of people take themselves too seriously to begin with. And, you know, if you want things to seem normalized, or, you know, make everything comfortable for people, and just make it natural for people to assume, like, you know, at one time tattoos were taboo, right? Like people had tattoos, everybody looked at him and was like, that guy's a freak, or, you know, that guy's a, you know, murderer or whatever. Now it's like,
yeah,
everybody's got tattoos. So it's like, if you want something to be normalized, you just make it more conversational, and instead of like making it so secretive or hard to talk about it. It's just, it makes no sense to do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's true.
All right, Jamie, I'm going to ask you this last question. You guys can feel free to jump in and kind of help them, because this one's a bit difficult here. Jimmy, if you personally, or if you guys as a band collectively ran for president of the United States,
Oh God.
what would be the single most important issue in your campaign, and what solution would you offer to people for you to win?
Don't let us down,
man.
Jimmy.
Oh man, what was the last part?
So you have to offer a solution as well to what the actual issue is.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Man, that's juicy.
So,
You can't just be
that
like
is-
world
that is
peace,
a-
and then like, how do you get there?
World peace. Oh, I got an easy one for world peace. Everybody just listen to music, I think, and really, really soaked it in, and just even beyond music, but really dove into their art and something that they love, whether it's drawing, poetry, painting. Some people are phenomenal graffiti artists or muralists out here. I think doing what you love in life is probably one of the most important things, and if you could get paid for it, that truly helps. I think America in general just doesn't really value that. I remember we had a conversation with somebody who was, I think they were British, or they had been over there for quite some time, and they pay a lot of artists for boarding, for stay. They treat them like kings, guys and girl artists out there like kings and queens, and truly value what being an artist is. And that's why a lot of artists will go travel, and maybe they've been from here or they're from somewhere else, and they go post up and they live there now, or they stay there, or places like Australia where they truly value the art. And I guess the animosity and everything that has gone on in our country, one of the other things I would do is probably wipe out the two-party system.
Yeah.
Easily. That's the first thing I would do, probably. Get rid of that. We don't need to be running a country from rules and regulations that were in place almost 300 years ago. I just think that's very bizarre. And the guys who jump in whenever, I mean, we've talked about this type of stuff ad nauseum, but I just think running, I saw this stupid quote. I don't know if it's even real or not, from Thomas Jefferson, but the country should be ran by people who are alive, not dead. Rules and regulations as well. But yeah, I would say dive into your art. Capitalistic country's kind of tricky too. I don't want to like push on that subject, but if you want to capitalize on something, focus on what you love out here, your art, your artistry. Wipe out the two-party system. Maybe a group, something like a group effort from somebody from each state really representing who they are, or having a panel of each state really representing all types of cultures and all types of classes, high and low. We need people to represent poor, the middle class, the middle upper, the upper, and just a panel of everybody to explain what's going on in their communities. I think that's really important. Just really give information is the most important thing that you can gather for change. And I think a lot of people have been suppressed and quieted for too long.
Yeah. I was going to say the basis for the House of Representatives is supposed to be just that, except for they gerrymander the shit out of all the districts, so they don't even get any representation. So
exactly. Right. And term limits too, I think would be huge.
Saucy.
Yeah.
So
saucy.
What year are you going to be running?
20.
Well, whenever he's old enough.
I won't be there for a while, but probably 20. Is it 2024, 2028, 28, and then something like 2032, something like that. Yeah. Maybe along that range.
All right. Very cool.
Good one. That was a fun one.
Do you guys have any other things that you want to throw in there real quick before we go, instead of don't give that long of an answer because we don't got that much time. Nobody wants to hear all that bullshit.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'd love to see a dog as president.
Yeah. I think if a dog, I think if I ran as president, I would just take the stage and I'd be like, "Hi, everyone, chill out. I'm not gonna point the fingers at the last guy. I'm just gonna fucking work on this. And if you don't hear from me in a while, I'm working on shit. So everyone, go enjoy America. There's a lot to enjoy about it, and just stop hating each other. And good night." So
spread love.
Yeah, I think the tendency for people to want to choose a side, whether it's conservative, liberal, whatever, it's just they want to be on a winning side. So then they just try to make the other team seem like the losing side. That's pretty much the problem with modern society in general, but especially in America. So I think if everybody wasn't so goddamn obsessed with winning something, I think it would be a much better place.
Well, it makes sense though. People in this country kill each other over football teams and baseball teams losing. So it's like
it doesn't even have to be real football. It could be like a baseball team.
Like a little league.
The prize. The prize should be having a fully functioning.
Going on.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
I heard you, Jimmy. You said the prize should be a
fully I would say the prize should actually be a fully functioning country. It shouldn't be we won. Hey, we got enough numbers on a piece of paper. We won. We get to control things for a limited amount of time. Doesn't matter which side you're on either. It's not working clearly. I think we need to reassess that as a country.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, very cool, guys. I want to thank you again so much for being on the show. Thank you for stepping into the spotlight and, answering these hot seat questions, guys. I think that you sweated a little bit on some of them, which is nice because I like to make sure that you don't know exactly what's coming, because I never repeat these questions. At some point I probably will, because I will forget that I've asked it. But I think everyone that's ever answered before has always said, "Oh shit, are you serious? Did other people answer this question?" But no. But I want to thank you guys again for being here, guys. If you're listening to the show, make sure to go to the show notes below this episode for links to their music. So Arrlo, that's with 2 R's, ARRLO. It's a lot easier to find than just with one, because there's so many other Arrlos out there. But if you guys obviously like this interview and want to learn more about their music, go check out those links below this episode. And make sure you keep checking out In the Spotlight so you can see more people sweating just like these guys did today. And until we see you again for the next episode, rock on.